Welcome to the Bald Brad Show. In this episode, we have online personality Andrew Tate being arrested in Romania for a litany of things, from suspicion to rape, human trafficking, organized crime. I mean, this stuff is crazy, folks. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. Please do so. It does support the channel. Now, if some of you don't know who Andrew Tate is, how would I describe this man? Definitely a personality. Says a lot of things. The feminists hate the guy. He talks about masculinity. Very similar things that Jordan B. Peterson talks about, but packages it in a different way that's kind of off-putting to a lot of people. Now, he was in Romania, and how he got caught here was kind of interesting, and the person that kind of helped catch him was Greta Thunberg. So, folks, this whole thing is just weird, and there's some conspiracy theories behind this whole thing as well, which we'll get into here. Got a lot of fun stuff here in this episode. So, after a clue in a video that he sent to far-left climate activist Greta Thunberg, allegedly tipped off officials that he was in the country.
Release some greenhouse gases. I'm obviously a stranger to online controversy. It's not something I often do. But now, the mainstream press is commenting on the fact that I was informing Greta that my very extensive car collection with internal combustion engines, which run on dead dinosaurs, have an enormous emission profile. And she replied by telling me her own email address. Greta's email address is, I have small dick energy. Why would that be your own email address, Greta? Strange. I mean, obviously I don't want to assume her gender. It's 50-50, but it is what it is. I'm not actually mad at Greta. Please bring me pizza and make sure that these boxes are not recycled. Thank you. So I'm not actually mad at Greta, right? Because she doesn't realize she's been programmed. She doesn't realize she's a slave of the matrix. She thinks she's doing good. Someone has sat her down and convinced her to try and convince you to beg your government to tax you into poverty to stop the sun from being hot. And then, because I called her out on it, the global matrix got this bot farm to like and retweet and all this bot commenting to try and pretend that her telling me that she has a small dick in her own email address somehow teaches me a lesson. Welcome to a new episode of The Clown Show.
Reuters reported that investigators found 6 women who had allegedly been sexually exploited by Tate, his brother Tristan Tate, and 2 other men. Now, this is all allegations. I don't have any direct evidence or knowledge about any of this stuff. Again, we're just getting this in real time and presenting it to all of you. Quote, the 4 suspects appear to have created an organized crime group with the purpose of recruiting, housing, and exploiting women by forcing them to create pornographic content meant to be seen on specialized website for cost, which, based on the research that I have done from like Brandon Tatum and others, they're saying, I guess, that Andrew Tate has an OnlyFans company in a way, or utilizes OnlyFans to have these women post nude pornographic videos and images on there. And I guess it's sort of like a business and they get a cut of it and things like that. So it seems like that's kind of what this is being spoken about here. Not 100% sure. They would have gained important sums of money. The women were then allegedly subject to physical violence and mental coercion, and were sexually exploited by group members by forcing them to perform pornographic demonstrations for the purpose of producing, disseminating through social media platforms. That particular part comes from the Daily Mail. You have a police officer or semaphore suggested that police were tipped off about Tate's presence in the country after he sent a video to Twitter to Greta Thunberg that contained pizza boxes and from the restaurant inside the country. So there's an image here, and I'll try to bring it up for you all from the video clip that was sent to Greta Thunberg, and there's Jerry's Pizza down there that kind of tipped them off, at least in a way of where he was at within the country of Romania. So really crafty, at least from the Romanian authorities to pinpoint that and find the guy. Hey folks, while I was editing the video, there was an update that came out regarding the pizza box story leading to Andrew Tate's location. Well, Romanian officials have now confirmed to the New York Times and the Washington Post that the pizza box had nothing to do with it. Wanted to give you an update here in real time. Now back to the video. Tate tweeted at Thunberg earlier this week about his extensive car collection. Hello, at Greta Thunberg, Tate said, I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has a W16 8.0 liter quad turbo. My 2 Ferrari 812s, Pentizone. I don't know anything about cars, folks, but he's talking about his cars here to her. He said, please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and then respective enormous emissions. So kind of pushing back on this girl. This is the same girl that told you, screw you, and a whole bunch of other litany of things to world leaders. And she's going, ballistic and all sorts of stuff. We all know who Greta Thunberg is. Well, she's of age now, and you can poke fun at her if you would like. Quote, yes, please do enlighten me. Thunberg responded, email me at, and then she gives an email address down there at the bottom. Tate responded in a video trolling Thunberg, which contained the pizza boxes. A spokesperson told Tate told the Daily Mirror, we cannot provide any details at the moment regarding alleged reports that they have been detained. However, Tate and Tristan Tate have the utmost respect for the Romanian authorities and will always assist and help in any way they can. So, I mean, these are some serious allegations, folks. This is wild. And one of the conspiracy theories is that Andrew Tate has been pushing back against the elites, if you want to put that in air quotes, the feminists, this movement out there to kind of quash men and toxic masculinity and all these things. And the conspiracy aspect side of it is, well, this is the elitists. These are the world leaders. World leaders are behind closed doors, not like Biden and others, but these are the people that are really running the world, are going after him now, trying to silence him, which has already happened to Andrew Tate. He's already been silenced. You can't get him on YouTube. He doesn't have his own platform. There's what other people do is take his videos and then they put him up on YouTube, or he'll go on somebody else's podcast. And that's kind of how he's getting known. He was on Piers Morgan's show a couple times defending what he said. So that's one conspiracy. The other conspiracy is that somebody set him up here, and now he's going to possibly go to jail for 30 plus days at least until he gets released on bail, or if there is bail. That's one other conspiracy theory. The other one of it is called the Matrix, which Tate has talked about, is that there's people in the Matrix, meaning there's people on these online platforms that have done nothing but try to orchestrate and sabotage this man and go against him. That's another one that's out there. So there's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories as far as what's going on. Obviously, could he be involved in this? Yes. Andrew Tate has talked about like a prior past that he has, or a prior history, which I think we all have in some way, shape, or form, and him trying to like move away from that. He's not a part of that anymore. So this could be another example of maybe his past coming up to kind of, go after him in some way, shape, or form, which we've seen from the left time and time again. They'll take somebody's words from like 10, 20 years ago. Hell, you don't have to do it from 10, 20 years ago. You can do it a couple hundred years ago with, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, your actions, your words. And then now modern day, they'll use it against you, whether you're dead or not. So the left is known to be doing things like that, all in the sake of trying to censor you and silence you. Well, Tate faced allegations of human trafficking in Romania in April of 2022. However, Tate claimed the accusation stemmed from a swatting incident where authorities accused him and his brother of obtaining large sums of money with which they bought houses, luxury cars, and cryptocurrencies, according to reports. I was not arrested, Tate said. What happened is I suffered from a case of swatting. It's very popular with people who have basically a large following on the internet. Quote, police turned up, they investigated, they realized nobody was in the house against their will, and there was no crime committed. We had to go to the police station for 45 minutes for pieces of paper. We filed them in, and we were let go. Now, what's interesting here is that if it is correlated, this whole thing, if it's correlated to the OnlyFans thing, and it's kind of being ran as a business, from what I've seen, I don't watch a ton of Andrew Tate. It seems like he has his stuff together for the most part. I mean, he's not, again, he just packages and says things maybe in a way that I wouldn't have or would. Doesn't mean that he's wrong in what he's saying. A lot of stuff that he actually says is just truth. It's just normal. It's basic. And so there's a component here of, well, if it's a business, Andrew Tate's pretty, obviously he's literate. He's pretty knowledgeable, that you're telling me that he wouldn't, if this is the route he's going, and if it's supposed to be like pornographic stuff or whatever, you're telling me that he wouldn't have get them to sign waivers or things like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this develops, what's going on. He's a very well-known face. I mean, a lot of people know him. The young kids love him. A lot of teen guys really, really love Andrew Tate a lot. But let me know what you think about this. If you guys have any articles or updated information on what's going on in Romania, what's going on with Andrew Tate, If you know somebody on the inside, let me know. My email's always listed down below, thebaldbradshow@gmail.com. Please keep me updated on what's happening here. Folks, the videos are going to be kind of sporadic till the start of the new year. We're working on some things here. We're going to have some big news in hopefully January, if not latest February, for you here at the Bald Brad Show. Some big news, in my opinion. It's kind of bucket list items, but we're going to bring a lot of stuff for you here on this platform. As always, hit that like and subscribe button. Folks, I'll see you tomorrow here on the Bald Brad Show.